Hi class, let's take a look at problem 30. Now on problem 30, because you technically have a square root function, our actual graph, it's going to have the following shape. So we're looking at, in terms of the parent graph, a curve that's going to go in this direction. It technically starts at 0, 0. So it's a curve that starts at the origin. Whoops, it's not looking like the origin. So our graph, it's gonna start at some point, which it'll be our h comma k, and then go in this direction since there's no negatives. If we had a negative, it would be going downward. Let me show you what the parent graph looks like. And for us, this is gonna be the parent graph. So our shape is gonna have that sort of a curvature or half of a parabola going to the side. Now, let me start with the h comma k. And our h comma k is whichever value makes this 0. So in this case, it's going to be negative 2 comma, and then this value. So in this case, this is going to be 3. So negative 2, 3, it's going to be here. For the next portion, you can pick in any other coordinate point. And I'm just going to let well, technically here, these are not x's because they're given as m's and t. So our t value here, it's going to be, I'll just pick 2 so that we get a perfect square. So our m value, it's going to be technically your y's, which in this case happens to be 3 plus the square root of 2 plus 2. So we're plugging in the value there for technically t is equal to 2, or what we usually call the x's. So our m value, it's going to be 3 plus the value of the square root of 4. I'm just picking a value to plug it into the t so that it makes it a perfect square. So our m is equal to, well, 3 plus 2, or m is equal to 5. Our regular coordinate point as x and y, and I'm putting quotation marks because in this case, this is not what we have. We technically have a, well, in this case, a t comma m, and this is going to be at 2 comma 5. So that's the second coordinate point. So we're looking at 2 comma 5, which is up here. And then the last portion is, well, we don't have any negatives, so the coordinate point that used to be at 0, it's now going to be at negative 2 comma 3, and then we're going to go in a curvature in this direction. So we're looking at a coordinate point negative 2, 3, and then technically 2 comma 5. Let me show you what this one looks with technology. I have it here. There is our negative 2 comma 3, which happens to be the h comma k. So remember, whatever makes this value 0, and then 3, and then the last value is 2, 5. So there is the 2 comma 5. Technically, our graph goes on to infinity. And let me just place the actual axis on, well, the decimal sketch. That's actually it for this problem. Once again, I'm expecting just the basic curve. One coordinate point is sufficient at the negative 2 comma 3. The rest of it, we try to mimic the parent graph.